that has made certain things in certain campaigns made them a lot easier. And other ones,
I have noticed.
and other ones, you tend to get distracted in battle. So you don't notice everything a creature has. Or what they don't. So that also makes it harder for you to kill us if you only realize that enemy had a powerful thing after the combat's over.
Power word death. Could have just murdered the shit out of me.
Another thing is, smart.
You ended up fireballing yourself.
Yeah.
He can't talk shit about me going to get food anymore. This motherfucker took almost an hour.
Yeah. You've taken. Oh,
I
another
don't
thing
think it's
is,
been an hour, dog.
Well, not an hour.
it's been 15 minutes. Also, another thing is, you tend to make decisions like that with the characters we fight end up being dumb. A lot of the enemies we fight end up being dumb.
Fact. And the
some
ones
of
that shouldn't be dumb, or the ones that should be dumb, end up being smart. That's really annoying.
That's the thing. You make really.
If you can't tell, I'm still mad about the smart giant crabs.
You tend to make weaker enemies quite smart, so you end up almost murking us with them. But the really powerful enemies, their IQ drops through the floorboard.
Fact.
Though you have gotten better, certainly, those are still things that improving further would really help. Because as your skills with telling a story where you don't really have control over the characters improves, your ability to write stories where you have control over everything will also improve.
For your insightful, constructive criticism.
Yeah, my ability to design things in the game, in these games and such, and design systems, are based on what the few things that I would pick up while in creative writing. I am good at designing worlds and such, and describing what's in them, as you know from the one time I narrated anything.
Yeah, that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
The easy part is just, people.
With me, it's the opposite. I have an easy time designing worlds and describing them and everything in them, but the people in this hard.
Everybody wants something. You just have to figure out what they want and what that turns that person into.
And also, another thing I've noticed about your villains. They're just that, villains, straight villains. There's nothing much more to them.
That's not necessarily true. Scar had a really good reason to be a villain. Like a really good reason.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, from the ones I can remember. Scar, if I remember, what was his reason? I remember he's quite patriotic about his country. Other than that, I don't remember.
No, he was not patriotic about his country. He's quite the opposite.
He was a rebel? Then
I'm talking about Avatar, dog.
Please tell me then. You have to remember I didn't
Scar
see much.
basically got fucked over by the people that he protected and swore to protect as the Avatar, because he was the Avatar at one point. And I think he still was by the time we rolled around.
He's like, hey, I'll do this. Just get my family out.
And then
they didn't. They're like, well,
and
he's
then
the Avatar.
when he was like dog, then when he was like dog, it was literally the one thing I asked you to do. They were like, you're the fucking Avatar, dog. Fuck off. Like, you should be doing this shit. This shit ain't our job, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty much what they did.
Okay, so
From what you said, that's literally what they did, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so Scar is the example of one you did really well.
Yeah.
I made other good
Scar was
villains.
done really well, which
Sometimes
really
they never got to.
sucks because like I would have liked
Scar's
to,
Scar's the
redeem
only
him,
one I
but
can
he was
remember.
pretty irredeemable by the time we got to him. He had done a lot of shit.
Scar's the only one I can remember, and I think that's the reason why. Despite what little I can see, from what I heard about him, he seemed quite compelling.
He was.
Multi-dimensional villains really make a campaign feel alive. And one of the things I've seen a lot of DMs do is halfway through or near
Because
the end of the campaign,
it was the
they
main
make...
thing that I thought about. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, say your thing.
It was the main thing I thought about Avatar the show that they never really explored. It's like every single Avatar was like, alright, I'm cool with having the weight of the world on my shoulders. You're telling me
That's true.
after all those lifetimes, there wasn't one of y'all that was like, I really don't feel like doing this.
For real.
Well, like I was saying, what was I saying? One of the things, the type of villain that I find particularly compelling, and a lot of DMs in agree, is the villain that halfway through the campaign, or even sometimes near the end, when you find out about them, you question if you, the players, are the good guys.
Yeah.
I love those type of villains.
Of course you do.
Because I tend to overthink things, and I like it when that's valid. To look at where you really should look back on what you've done up to that point.
I would like my villains to be people. Not, oh, I just want to rule the world. No. They had to have something. They had to be someone before they got here.
Yeah.
See, that's kind of... I like the prequels of Star Wars because it kind of let Palpatine kind of grow as a character and was like, yeah, he's the cackling villain, but he had a purpose. It's like, I want to see the world in a better shape. And I like power.
So
The power's a bonus.
yeah, it's a really big bonus that I really liked, but bonus.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they add more on the Anakin story, kind of deflated Vader a bit.
It builds him up in some parts, but it builds him up in some parts and deflates him in others.
Imagine Vader voice going like, I don't like sand. It's coarse.
That's why I didn't really like Hayden Christensen, but I love the voice actor for the Clone Wars. I thought he did a good job.
I do too.
He definitely thickened it up with the I am the chosen one type.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say, hearing Vader say that, you take a whole different light than a whiny voice saying that.
That's very true.
Because he's in a suit that is... Because he's in a suit where he's already in agony. Now add sand onto that.
The galaxy's greatest heroes,
Sand and Joyce.
villains, all competing in an epic
Yeah,
battle
anyone
for
in
the
there
ages.
Yeah, that takes a terrifying light with Vader. With whiny teen Anakin doesn't. But it also explains why he didn't go down planet side. Good thing at Tatooine. A lot of bad memories there. And sand.
They all
The thing is, dislike of sand wasn't just because it was coarse, rough, and got everywhere. And also because trauma from growing up on a slave in a sand planet. He probably just connected those two things in his mind.
Pretty much.
Jesus Christ!
The US evil team takes the lead.
Yo!